G'day guys, just wanted to do a quick review on the LG Urbane. There's a lot of smartwatches out there and I looked at quite a few. I looked at the Moto 360, the Samsung Gear, the Gear 2, there's a couple of other brands that I considered, but this one just seemed to have a nice shape. It's a lot thinner than what a lot of them were. Actually runs Gorilla Glass instead of plastic, as a lot of the screens are on the others, and I liked the fascia on this. Now, the colour I chose is gold. These come in a gold or a silver, but I'll warn you that the gold is not. It's not like a men's gold. It's a bit of a girly gold. I'd call it a rose pink gold maybe. But anyway, the thing actually shipped within a day of me placing the order, and I got it 4 days later, so it was actually quite prompt. It doesn't weigh much. It's no different to a normal watch. What I do like about this over, say, the Moto 360 is that the fact you get to see the whole screen, and being round, I hope it's better than the Gear, the Samsung Gear. With the Moto 360, the bottom portion here, where the 5, 6 and 7 would be, it actually gets cut off because that's where they hide the circuitry. But what these guys have done is used a smaller screen and hidden the circuitry around the screen and behind the screen. But overall, the thing's pretty straightforward. It's shipped with a leather band. It fit fine. I'm not haven't exactly got the biggest arms, but it felt quite comfortable. I can't complain about it yet. It seems to have no scratches on it. It did have a plastic sheath all the way around it, removed it, but everything seems good there. The clarity on this thing is great. I think it's quite a luxurious looking watch. Already I've had compliments. It times out when you're not looking at it, or when you put your arm down, so I was quite impressed with that because the battery charge is quite good. This one here, it's about 10:30 at night now. I took this off charge at about 6:30, 7 o'clock this morning. So I've had 15 and a half hours, and the bottom gauge on the screen here is where it says fuel. You can see that it's registering at 50 out of 100. That's actually the battery charge. So I'm quite impressed. I'd quite easily get a day to a day and a half, maybe 2 days out of this. I do charge it each night, but the first day I unpacked it, I got about 20 hours out of it, and it was still hovering around 35%. I do use it for obviously time throughout the day, notifications. I've minimised what it comes up on the screen, but I do use it to control the music on my phone, and also it syncs through the car. But also I use the sat nav version as well, so I could just have a quick look at my wrist. It's great if I'm driving, or if I'm riding. If I'm riding, I can have just a quick look at my wrist, and it tells me 450 metres to turn right. Well, I can turn right. I can also control the volume and the sound, which I'll show you later on, but the tracks of music. So if I'm riding along and I've got my phone hidden in my pockets of my jacket, I can just change songs as I need to. I can actually do it by flicking my wrist as well, which is pretty cool. The button on the side, just here, primarily used to turn the screen on or off, as you have to. I've got one set up so it doesn't turn off all the way. It actually just dims it. But I'll show you some of the information that is in the app that you use to control it, and I'll also show you how to adjust some of the details on the watch. So give me a moment. Okay, so I'm going to cover the app itself and also the phone. Now, first up, I don't know if I covered this before, but this is the charging dock. It has a plug around there. That's just what you plug into, obviously the normal plug. It's no different to what I've got plugged into my phone right now. Okay, so that plugs in there. This actually has a magnetic base, and these little pins go into the bottom of the phone, so into the bottom of the watch, sorry. So there we are there. When I actually put it over the top, it'll just clock straight in. So it looks like I've brought up the timer function. So we'll turn that off. Bye bye, thank you. Okay, now I run a Samsung Note 3. Yeah, pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Actually, I'm sorry, I think the glare might be a bit high on this anyway. Hopefully you can see clearly. So I'm going to go in here. Now, by the way, two colours available. You've got the gold and you've got the silver. I've got the gold. Now, I need to warn you guys, this actually looks like a rose pink gold. The first thing my wife said when I got it was send it back, because she felt that perhaps it was a girly watch. It has grown on me, the brown leather band. I'll probably look at that changing that later on to a more luxurious one, but I've actually got used to it. It looks fine, you know. It's just one of those things, but I would have preferred a black one, but they don't make them in the Urbane yet. Okay, so we go over here and we go to the app. Now you can connect. Actually, you know what? I'm going to pause this for a minute and just check the contrast. There, I'm back. Rightio. So when I went into here into the connected part, you've got the LG Watch Urbane, or you can pair with a new watch. So that's obviously the software from the phone. Now, when you go up here to this setting, you actually go into which watch you're connected to, calendar settings. Now, the calendar settings you can go in and select whatever you need. So that's my email, don't go pranking me. You can go into Samsung, Google, everything else as you need. This one here, block app notifications. I was actually really annoyed with the watch coming up with all the battery saver. So every time my watch dropped by 5%, my phone dropped by 5%, my watch would tell me. Every time that someone played any of these games here, which is what my boys tend to play a little bit on my phone, it came up and told me. Every time that the Facebook came up with a notification, I don't use Facebook all that much, so it was annoying to see it on my phone. It's one of those things where if you use that regularly, then you'll be able to be notified every time on your phone. I'll show you that shortly, but I actually added these to the blocked list, so these things, when they happen on my phone, will not happen on my watch. Now, here you can mute phone calls and alerts. So it's one of those things, if someone rings me, you can actually make sure that your watch doesn't sort of give you the same notification. I prefer to have it on there because I kept the watch on my phone and my wallet. My phone, it's late at night, guys. Don't give me a hard time. So I leave my phone in my pocket. I prefer to be able to flick to and from a message. If I see a message from someone important to me, I'll respond to it. If not, I'll just wipe it off. Now, Cloud Sync, that's pretty much all the information between your watch and your phone, apps, things like that. I have it set up so it's only over Wi-Fi. And this one here, you can actually change phones. So if I wanted to borrow, let's say for instance my wife did want to wear my watch, and I say it's not girly, she says it is, but if she borrows it, she can connect the watch to, she can actually connect the watch to her. Actually, no, you know what? I'm full of shit. That I can pair my screen with another phone, with another watch. So yeah, I don't know if I'd ever get used to that. I wouldn't bother doing it. But anyway, so led you down the garden path there. Sorry guys. So you can see that I don't go into that bullshit. This one, however, I just want a nice watch, something else I can wear. These are the different ones you can use. Now, I just bumped one. Okay, there you are. I just saw it. I just bumped Chronos Gold, and it's just happened on my watch. Here we go, camping. There it is. Castle White. Here we have Chairman Gold. I actually don't mind the idea of these things because they get to see like you on that one there. If it zooms in properly, maybe it will, maybe it won't. There we are. So you've got your date, you've got your battery, you've got the time, you've got the date, all that stuff's there. Now this one, there's a few here I don't mind, like these daily ones I'm not really interested in. This one here, Golden Beauty. You can actually see it on my watch. It looks like the gears are going, but it times out and goes to that. I don't like that when it's on sleep. This one here is the Google Fit one. So the Google Fit one tells you, this one here, how many minutes exercise you've done. I've done none at the moment. And that's what it looks like when it's like that. When it times out, that's what it looks like when it's timed out. I'm still not too fussed about it. So what I use, and this one here tells you the height that you're at compared to the barometer or the rest of it. Got all these weather ones. This one here is not a bad looking one. Tells you the weather. You got the date, the time, the sunrise, all the rest of it. Every time you touch that, you can change the color of it. And when it sleeps, which it doesn't want to sleep at the moment, there we are. You actually get the weather and the hours that you're getting. Now, luxury watch faces. This is a program that I had installed. There are tons of different watch faces you can use. This particular one, it's very pretty. You get to see all the gears inside. Some of them do move. Some of them do move in there. To me, I don't know, I just wasn't a major fan of that particular one, even though the blue and gold looks fantastic. So, I've shown you enough of that sort of gear. So I'm going to go back to the one that I had, which is a Skymaster. That one there. This one, if you guys are into it, it's actually a great one. It gives you, down here, you can tap any of these and they will disappear or come back as they have to. So that particular one, it tells me how much charge is left on my phone. So you can see fuel. It tells me the time. It tells me the charge between my watch and my phone. It tells me the date and the day. And over here it tells me the weather. I think it's actually pretty cool. And if you wanted to have something up here, you can as well. I prefer to have that. So, bloody hell, there we are, close enough. Now, when you are back out here, you've got these essential watch apps. I'm not a fan of them. I installed Google Fit. I noticed that I installed LG Fit and Google Fit, yes. And Samsung Fit doesn't work, or Samsung Fitness, whatever they want to call it, doesn't run on the watch, and they don't communicate right. I'll have steps and exercise recorded on my phone. It won't register on my watch, so it's a bit annoying. Now, here, when you navigate on the phone, if I was to do this, okay, Google, navigate to Cronulla. Now, it's going to navigate, but I don't have, my GPS is on. Now, it's actually going to open on my phone. So I actually have the Wi-Fi version of this. Okay, there is no I do not have 3G access on my phone, on my watch. I believe that if you do have the 3G version, then it will connect using its own data, whereas at the moment it's using my phone. Now it can navigate as we have to. Now you can have this way here, or you can have it here, travel mode, and you can exit navigation. Now, play music. I can play music on my phone, so there's nothing there at the moment, but if I was to do Spotify, for instance, you can see it's up on here. Turn the volume up, turn the volume down. I can change the song. All nice and easy. Pause it and start it as you have to. Now, notifications. Each time you drag up, there is usually something there. I get rid of them on all my notifications. When you pull down, you can actually, it tells you quickly. You can mute the phone. It tells you charge. You can have theatre mode, where it turns the whole thing off. You just press the side to turn it back on again. Brightness boost, turns it up to its brightest. These are only temporary. And here you have your settings. Now settings, pretty simple. Adjust brightness. You can change your watch face, which I was doing it via the phone. You can change your font. You can turn the Wi-Fi settings on and off. You can actually adjust different Bluetooth devices. Seeing as how this actually has its own internal memory, you can play songs. You can store songs on that and play them through a Bluetooth speaker, Bluetooth headphones, things like that. Always on screen. I have that on because I always want to be able to see the time. If it's off, then it will time out and the screen will go black on your phone. Now, wrist gestures. Wrist gestures up here. Wrist gestures is you flick one way and it opens up different Google cards. I didn't like it because I'd look at the time and it was telling me what the weather was instead. Airplane mode. You can actually, obviously you know what that is, I'm not going to tell you. Accessibility for those people that need to have a little bit of assistance with magnification and whatnot. Here you've got the screen lock. I haven't used it. And here you've got factory reset, restart, and power off. I'm pretty sure they're all pretty straightforward. Okay. Now, just to show you one more time with this, I'm going to pretend that there's an incoming phone call. Alice Yang, have no idea who she is. Swipe this way for green, for call, this way to hang up. So this won't work because she's actually not there. It's all fake. And you dismiss it. Now, this one, Google Now cards. We can do an incoming call. We can do a reminder by time, reminder by location, or a public alert. Public alert will probably be weather. There we are. You've actually got weather, and it gives you a bit of an idea on what's going on. If there were more Google cards, you'd be able to keep swiping up. Other than that, there's not really much else I really want to tell you.